Valentine's Day disaster.
Absolutely gutted.
And a lady vanishes into thin air.
Perhaps I should go and ring 999 and see what happens then, and perhaps that would actually produce an answer.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Running a budget airline's no easy business. With more than 490 flights daily to 38 major airports, there's little margin for error. For Easyjet, punctuality is everything. Time is money, and deadlines have to be met.
Okay, that flight's actually closed now.
Closed?
Yeah. Closes 40 minutes before.
Well, we've been driving around the car park trying to find the space. And then we've got the
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. Once a fix have been passed, they won't accept you now, I'm afraid. The only thing we'd be able to do is transfer you onto the next flight.
And when's the next flight?
For Paris. It's going to be 8:45 tonight.
Oh, you're kidding.
In Liverpool, Easyjet's new rule of closing check-ins 40 minutes before departure has caught out Rosalind James.
I've been driving down the car park for 20 minutes and I would appreciate if you could just try.
I appreciate that, but I've already asked for you in the Norwich.
Mrs. James and her husband Paul are off to France to house hunt for a second home. They've missed check-in, but are demanding Lorna Harrison gets them onto the flight.
Can you ask again? Can I ask someone?
No, you can't ask. I can ask again for you, but they won't accept you.
Well, just explain the situation.
I wouldn't stand here arguing with you if I could get you on that flight.
Well, can you just try
It
it?
doesn't go till 5
It's not
to
down
2.
to me. I can't make the decision.
I'm going to Paris on the 2 o'clock flight. I pre-booked the flight and I pre-booked a car park space. There's absolutely no spaces on the car park. For the last 10 minutes we've been trying to find a space on the car park. I actually dropped my wife off so she could come and book in. We're 5 minutes late and they're telling us the desk closed. We went last week, we were here on time, and the flight was delayed for 4 hours. 2 cock-ups, 2 times. Easyjet. Not so Easyjet.
Working the sales desk needs a cool head. In Luton, Aaron Story is training to work the front line. His first day is already proving difficult.
I just got through to voicemail, which probably means that they're quite busy at the moment, so I'll give them a call back in about 5 minutes.
Mr. Johnson's lost his wife, a scenario which isn't in the training manual, and it's down to colleague Nick to show Aaron what to do.
There are police around the airport.
You're suggesting I go and ask the police?
It's called a Data Protection Act. We're not allowed to give any information out about passengers.
Does the lady not have a mobile phone that you can contact her on still?
Yeah, I haven't got the number with me because I didn't think the flight would actually be cancelled.
Yeah, sure.
It's just appalling service, that's all. My wife was due to get the 12:30 from Belfast to arrive here at 1:40. After an hour of waiting here in the car park, I discovered the flight had been cancelled. Unfortunately, the Easyjet staff here are unable to tell me whether my wife is going to get the next flight at 5:40 or not. They don't seem to be able, unfortunately, at the present time, to be able to contact their desk at Belfast to find out exactly what's happening. So I'm in a position of not knowing actually where my wife is, which flight she's going to get, whether it's going to arrive here or whether she's going to arrive tomorrow. So at this point in time, I'm rather unhappy Easyjet customer. The suggestion made to me to try and find out where my wife is rather than ask the Easyjet staff here that I should go to the police and ask them, which seems to me a rather odd way of running a business.
I know it seems a bit extreme, sir, but I think it's a fairly standard thing that you'd have to do because we can't disclose information about passengers' reservation.
Unfortunately, I haven't heard of a system before where when you can't find out which flight your wife is on because the flight's been cancelled, you then actually go and ring the police. Perhaps I should go and ring 999 and see what happens then, and perhaps that would actually produce an answer.
They will be willing to give the information, but it can only be done via the police.
But it's a funny way of running a business.
The plane actually broke down.
Ah, well, I've now discovered something which I was unfortunately unable to be told until now. I've just learned that the plane broke down. Well, that's good news. At least we know what's happened to the plane. All we need to find out now is where my wife is.
While events at the Luton sales desk are moving slowly, progress on Easyjet's £300 million merger with Go is picking up pace. At Southend Airport, the first of Go's 27 aircraft are getting the orange treatment. It's a little more complex than your average respray. Each plane needs 140 gallons of paint, nearly 5 miles of masking tape, and 12 people working round the clock. Four days and £26,000 later, a shiny new plane in Easyjet orange emerges to take to the skies.
Why can't I get on the flight? What kind of company is this? Arrive, get on.
In Liverpool, though, Paul and Rosalind James are beginning to see red.
It's actually now 40 minutes, but we would have accepted you. But you come
40 minutes, we didn't.
After the 30 minutes.
I arrived here at 20 past.
20 past, my wife was here.
20 past, I was here.
Well, they didn't pass the figures till 30 minutes before, and you weren't here then.
We were.
I arrived at this desk at 20 past and you was talking to a young lad there. I can't help it if you ignore me for 5 minutes.
We were here
Sorry,
in
I was
time.
just
Can you just
dealing
go and
with
tell them again that we
another
were actually here in time if
We
the
won't
cut-off?
accept you now anyway, I'm afraid.
Why?
'Cause it's
Just
too
go
late.
and ask them again. It isn't too late if you go and ask them
It's not
instead of
worth
arguing with me.
Anymore. If you want
Why
to
are you
put on
arguing
the
with
list,
me?
Because you're arguing with me. I'm
Well, can you
trying
just
to get
go
you
and
on
ask
that
them, get me on the flight?
I can't get you on that
Why
flight.
can't you get me on the flight?
Because it's not
There's
my
plenty of
decision
seats.
and they
Well,
won't
can I
accept
speak
you.
to the person who makes
They
the
won't
decision?
speak to you, I'm afraid.
Well, will you speak to them and
I've
get them
tried,
to
I've
sort
asked
it?
them for you.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You haven't.
I have.
We were here on
If you don't let
time.
me explain, then I can't explain to you.
How can you
what's
explain
happened.
that you've just changed your mind and said
Can you
that
just let me
because you were...
explain?
No.
Well, I'm not dealing with
You
you anymore
said to
then.
me...
Okay.
No, can you go and get someone and talk to me, please?
I'll get the supervisor to come through. So
Can you get them now so that we can get on this aircraft? We were here on time. We were here on time. Hold the aircraft. We were here on time. We were here 35 minutes.
I think there's little else we can do.
Usually when an airline finds one of its planes has broken down, what they do is then they substitute with another plane. It turns up an hour too late, but actually they get hold of another plane and put that on instead.
Well, she's probably still sitting in Belfast trying to figure out which plane she can best get onto. If they've had 150 people on the plane, there could be a possibility that she'll get here at 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or in Stansted at 4 o'clock.
Hello, Belfast. I've got a passenger at Luton that would like to basically find out...
What flight she's getting back to Luton?
finds out which flight she's gone back on because we've had non-op, which you're probably aware of. Is there any chance that you could put a call out at your end? Cheers.
Does she have your mobile number, sir?
I haven't got a mobile with me. She's got
Okay.
it. I haven't got the mobile number on me.
Hello, Luton. You have Mr. Johnson there? Hi there. Hi there, I'll just pass you on to your husband, okay? Thank you.
I'm gathering you're having a marvellous day with Easyjet. Yeah, well, I haven't got the number because, of course, that's at home. Which flight are you going to get on? Are they going to give you a flight? It's good to know that you're actually going to get a flight from Easyjet, because there's a good chance that you're going to end up at Stansted. But it's nice to know that... Yeah. But as I said, I suppose when you pay very small fares, then you get a very cheap service in response. So hopefully you'll arrive here what time? Bye-bye. See you then. Bye.
Okay, so I assume that's fine. I assume from that then that she'll be arriving on the 358.
I'm glad to see we've overcome the Data Protection Act to find out where my wife is and what plane she's on. So thanks.
Trainee Aaron's starting to find out what customer care's all about.
If my whole kind of career goes by the previous half an hour, then it's going to be ace. So watch this space.
But no matter how experienced you are, it never gets any easier.
Until I speak to someone, I am not moving from here. Can you tell me why you just said to me that if we were here 30 minutes before the aircraft went, you would get us on the aircraft? We were here 35 minutes before the aircraft went and we're not on this plane. What are you going to explain? You're not explaining anything. All you're saying is you can't get on.
Closes -40, you win here on time.
Realising he's missed his flight, Mr. James turns his attentions elsewhere.
Can you find out what time the hire car company closes? It is a hire car that we booked through Easyjet. Last time I booked it through Easyjet, they booked me a car hire. They got me on the plane. I got to Paris and the car hire was closed. That is incompetence on the part of Easyjet. All you need to do is get on the phone. Can you please find out what time the car hire place closes in Paris?
If you let me explain then to you. No, I can't, because we're handling agents for Easyjet here. We don't have anything to do with Easyjet car hire. By all means, I will let you use the telephone and you can try and find out, and I'll be able to transfer you onto the next flight if it doesn't close on time.
Thankfully for Lorna, Mr. James finally admits defeat and retires gracefully to lick his wounds.
We have nice passengers and bad passengers, but at the end of the day, I just think that was a little bit too far. I mean, it was just disgusting. I couldn't even explain anything to him. He was banging his hands on the desk, which was just out of order. I mean, you know, I was trying my best for him, but at the end of the day, if passengers are carrying on like that, there's not much you can do, really.
Just stand there looking stupid and pretending to phone up and walking around and pretending not to argue with you. They just waste enough time, whereas they say, well, I'm sorry now, there's nothing we can do, the flight's actually gone.
The merger with Go means it's more than just planes that have to undergo a colour change.
I'll just stay Easyjet for a long time.
In Bristol, the sales desk is getting a facelift.
I'm going to take this home as a souvenir so that I don't forget them. I've got the planes and the postcards as well, so...
The whole Go symbol is going. And it's just going to all be orange. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're going to put up then. I don't know whether that whole thing is going to be orange or what, I don't know. The whole Go brand is going.
It's all a bit of a big shock for them pulling all the stuff down and everything. And next week we're getting the uniform as well, so that'll be the second shock, and I think that'll be it then. That's completely Go gone, which is really sad.
But the arrival of Easyjet and departure of Go haven't gone unnoticed. The Bristol Evening Post has sent along 2 photographers to capture the moment.
A couple of shots looking towards me with little cheeky grins, and a couple of shots looking away as if you're off on your travels.
While the papers love the story of Bristol turning orange, what will the rest of the staff think when they see the full transformation tomorrow? It's Valentine's Day, the time of year for lovers to spring a romantic surprise on their partners. But in Luton, some love-struck passengers have had a surprise they weren't expecting. The Amsterdam plane has a technical problem and is grounded.
We're just about to start boarding the Amsterdam flight, and at the last minute we've just been told that the aircraft had a technical problem with the altimeter, which is quite a big problem. It means the aircraft's got to go into the hangar, so we're looking at quite a large delay on it.
With a broken altimeter, an aircraft can't tell what height it's flying at, which can make landing a little tricky.
Due to unscheduled aircraft maintenance, the engineer...
It's down to Supervisor Leo Jones to break the news to the Valentine's Day travellers.
Couldn't able to say if the chances of actually getting out there.
At the moment, they haven't said that the flight's likely to be cancelled. It's quite a common thing that an aircraft does need unscheduled maintenance.
Right, and would we get on another flight today then? Because I've got a dinner and everything. At
this stage, we couldn't guarantee it.
Okay.
They'd either reschedule it to a different time today or cancel it.
Grace Huckle is supposed to be joining new boyfriend Matt in Amsterdam for a night of romance.
This Valentine's Day is so special to me. I've been single for 6 years now. It's the first time in 6 years, a bit embarrassing. But that I've had a boyfriend. I mean, only been going out with him for just over a month, and for him to do all of this for me, it's just completely blown my mind. Completely.
I felt really sorry for that lady. She's got a deadline that she must meet. She's a bit worried if it goes on that she's not going to meet the deadlines.
Refer to my itinerary. We've got a houseboat in front of the Opera House, and I'm picking up the keys at 4 o'clock, meeting him at 5, dinner at 9, drinks at the supper club, 11, and we're flying back tomorrow. So it's quite a short trip, and so that's why I'm kind of panicking about getting out there.
In Bristol, staff have arrived to a new look and a rather orange terminal.
I don't like this.
What do you mean you don't like this?
I don't like this bit. I like the check-in desk. I like the check-in desk, but I don't like that.
But it doesn't seem to be love at first sight.
I don't mind the Easyjet check-in desk. I think that looks very smart, but I just don't like the ticket desk. I think it's too orange, too blank, just too orange.
It's not as bad as I thought it was, actually. I thought it'd be much more brighter. But no, it's okay, actually, not too bad. Yeah, I'm impressed.
It's a bit of a shock, actually. A little bit orange. There was a queue of people waiting to check in, and as I walked down through at about 5 to 4, I thought, oh.
I hope we don't clash with the orange background that we have here, but the uniforms are a more subdued colour, so with a bit of luck, we should blend in nicely under the Easyjet logo.
There are more surprises in store as James and Jodie go looking for Supervisor Gemma Napper.
Gemma.
Gemma, we've got a bone to pick with you.
Yes. What did you get up to last night?
I get up to
Yeah.
Why? I think it was a
What'd you
model.
get up to? Yeah.
Maybe by the way, I'm trying to check in my passenger.
Some sort of trying to...
Oh no, it's in there!
Ready? Look at you. Front page.
Oh my God.
So you weren't busy last night then? Too busy posing for the cameras?
I can't even spell my name right.
You can't go out of Bristol ever. Everybody knows who you are.
What can I say?
Gemma isn't the only EasyJet person with a red face. In Luton, Leo's taken a break from the Amsterdam passengers, and helped by colleague Jane Bolton, he's hoping to win back on-off girlfriend Mel with a Valentine's present.
Leo's buying something for Mel for Valentine's Day.
I'm a bit embarrassed about it all, really.
Well, how much
Like
do you
knickers
spend?
and bras everywhere.
Got the same size as me, isn't she?
Yeah.
I said I quite like this set here. This one's not these ones, you know. Not with the air conditioning.
I'm going redder than those things. Is this too?
No, that's a bit boring, that one. Oh, look, it's got a butterfly above her bum.
Butterfly.
It has, look.
Isn't it embarrassed? I'm embarrassed.
It's sort of about there. It's nice, huh? They are. That's a size 8.
Jane certainly knows her underwear, unlike her Swiss boyfriend, who saved himself the embarrassment by getting her an altogether more innocent Valentine's present.
I got a German Peter Rabbit book because I love rabbits, which I thought was very thoughtful, actually. Very
Peter
thoughtful.
Rabbit?
Yeah. I thought that's really sweet, so I was quite pleased with that. I would have liked diamonds, but...
So he buys you Peter Rabbit book, you're making me buy this. We're on to a winner here.
Whole world, what size I am. Yeah, see, that's quite nice. Little French knicker and camisole set, isn't it? You like?
Yeah, I like it. We get.
And that's not too, hello, I want to have sex with you again.
No.
Right, cool. Right.
Cheers, just please.
He's embarrassed, Sam.
Not embarrassed.
Got some stockings, some hold-ups to go in.
Has it been busy today?
Yeah.
But while Leo tries to get his love life back on track, Grace Huckle doesn't seem to be getting any closer to boyfriend Matt. The stricken Amsterdam plane is still grounded, and her romantic itinerary has been thrown into chaos.
Lovely, cheers. Bye.
Leo is about to deliver the latest news.
Well, I've just been told Scott announced it out to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen travelling to Amsterdam on flight EZY211. The original aircraft has been taken out of service. We do have another aircraft coming in that's due in from Malaga at 13:50, which means we do have a new airborne estimated time from here of 14:30, meaning your new estimated time of arrival in Amsterdam is approximately 16:35 Amsterdam time. On behalf of EasyJet, we do sincerely apologise for this delay and all inconvenience it has caused. I didn't get many screams. Went quite calmly, considering we've been told 2 different times, really. So it went quite well, especially considering it's Valentine's, but it could have been a lot worse.
I'm absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. I feel like these are crocodile tears, but they're not, because I know, obviously, there's nothing that's going to happen, but...
How's it looking?
Is it true? 14:40?
Yeah. Is that going to make it?
16:40. No, I'm supposed to get the keys at 1600 hours. I'm absolutely gutted.
That estimate that was there was just purely the aircraft being
I
serviceable.
haven't got any way of contacting my boyfriend either.
You haven't got a number?
Well, I've got his number, but I can't dial out on my phone now, so...
Go back and use our phone.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate it.
Give me 2 minutes.
Thank you.
It looks like Grace's Valentine's dream date will have to be put on hold. But Leo's love interest, Mel, is closer to home. She's an EasyJet stewardess, so it's a short journey to the crew room to deliver his surprise gift.
That's it now, the end of my shift on Valentine's Day. Just one last thing that I need to do. Got to go and put this in a drop file in the crew room. And that's me done for the day. Just going to leave a little note. I won't put who it's from. You can put who it's to, though, can't you? Yes. From... random bloke. Maybe I should have bought some flowers or something. I don't know. Who knows what it's done now, anyway.
Flowers or not, Leo's hoping it'll do the trick.
That's it now, it's all done. She's not due to land for about another 6 hours. And by the time she's got that, I'll probably be in bed fast asleep. It's life.
After calming down, the Jameses made it to France on a later flight, where they've made an offer on their dream home. Grace Huckle had the most romantic night of her life in Amsterdam, despite the delays. But Leo's present didn't work. For now, Mel's still his ex. Next time on Airline...
No, I was not late.
Things get personal in Liverpool.
I was waiting in front of your bloody queue because you didn't wear... You were not...
swear at me.
Oh, God, you just slow on.
A race against time at Bristol.
Where is she?
And a cold-blooded killer at the check-in.
I'm sure you can't take that on board.